will also support research on brain health linked to aging in order to support the latest areas of research, because we know that a healthy brain is essential to a healthy life.
Colchester.
Mr. Speaker, after 8 years of this Liberal government, there are almost 6 million Canadians without access to primary care. In my province of Nova Scotia alone, there's 140,000 people almost who do not have access. 2 days ago, the Conservatives over here introduced a Blue Seal program under which there will be a common standard for doctors trained elsewhere to gain license here in Canada. Canadians are beyond frustrated knowing that doctors who have immigrated to this country are only to be left out in the cold. When will this Prime Minister admit his wrongdoings and take action on behalf of all Canadians?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Access to family health, even primary care in Canada, is indeed essential. I'm grateful for the question. And that is why I'm going to send a copy of a letter that I sent to health ministers a couple of weeks ago to my colleagues so that he sees why and how provinces and territories have already committed to national licensure for health professionals, including the recognition of foreign credentials for health workers in Canada.
Honourable Member for Cumberland, Colchester.
Well, Mr. Speaker, perhaps that's too little too late, because we know that this government promised 7,500 doctors, nurses, and nurse practitioners, and to date, none have been delivered. This is in spite of the fact that there are more than 50,000 doctors and nurses in this Canada who are not working in their chosen profession. The Conservative Blue Seal program will allow internationally trained health professionals a clear pathway to licensure and a clear answer with respect to their credentials within 60 days of coming to Canada. Why has this government constantly and consistently betrayed qualified new Canadians, and when will the Prime Minister take action?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With regret and with respect, I would say that this is indeed a bit too late. We've done that just a few weeks ago. We've been working on that months ago and years ago. And that is why already in Canada this is happening, including in Atlantic Canada, in PEI, in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Ontario, British Columbia. We're making important and quick progress, obviously with the collaboration of provinces and territories, so that people that come to Canada can quickly use their tools, their talents, their expertise to serve Canadians.
The Honourable Member for Baldneuf-Jacques-Cartier. The aged Baldneuf-Jacques-Cartier citizen received 5 envelopes containing confidential documents from Passport Canada from Canadians in 5 different provinces: credit card numbers, passports, social insurance numbers. This is an alarming situation, Mr. Speaker, and Canadians' confidence is shaken. How many Canadians were the victims in this situation? It's a good thing the envelope fell into the hands of an honest citizen. How can Canadians trust this Prime Minister when the Prime Minister's government can't even manage confidential documents? The Honourable Minister for Families. Mr. Speaker, this situation is completely unacceptable, and I would like to thank the member opposite for returning those documents, and also thank the citizen involved. Well, as soon as I heard about this situation, I asked the department to conduct an investigation to ensure that it never happens again, and I would like to reassure the member that it is completely unacceptable, and we are working to solve it efficiently.
Mills.
Mr. Speaker, over a year ago, this government tabled Bill C-11, the online streaming app. Still, there's so much disinformation about how this legislation helps artists in my riding of Mississauga, Erin Mills, and across Canada, while also protecting the freedom of expression for Canadians. Can the Minister for Canadian Heritage please update the House on how this bill will make tech giants pay their fair share, celebrate the best of Canadian content, and serve the needs for all Canadians?
The Minister for Canadian Heritage.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank my colleague for her question, her great work.
Excellent.
The online streaming